Welcome back. Government has confirmed that Cuban police allegedly manhandled some South African students. The Health Department says authorities are investigating. It's still unclear what caused the incident, which was recorded and has since gone viral. Please be warned, the following visuals may upset some viewers.
Take this video. Take this video, bro. Take this video, bro. Take this video, bro.
For reaction on this, we're joined by the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr Sbongiseni Dhlomo. A very good evening to you, Dr Dhlomo. Thank you so much for speaking to us. So I'm sure you have seen those visuals before. Can you confirm how the South African students are doing in Cuba after that incident? And do you have any idea what caused that standoff with police?
Thank you very much, Deputy, and thanks to our South Africans. Good evening. We received this video ourselves, though we're trying to explain here, but the lead department on such programs in government will be DERCO, because it is happening outside the borders of our country. However, even within the embassy of Cuba, we do have a health attaché specifically supporting this very huge program of sending medical students to go and train in Cuba. We understand that our students were having a birthday party on a Saturday evening, and then this altercation happened. The next day, our health attaché, Dr. Mandela, went to Santa Clara, which is about 3 hours away from Havana, to meet with the students and check what actually happened. Our students did indicate, and they actually said that there was a party, and probably some of them had indulged in some other things stronger than they would have liked to, but we still wanted that there could have been a restraint on the side of the interaction with the police. However, there is an investigation going on. The university is very supportive to get an investigation done. You probably noticed some of the students were taken to the police, but soon thereafter they were released and they were back. We really pleaded with our students to say, while the investigation is going on, please, can they continue the classes which they are doing, and they will also be guided by DERCO as to the progress of the investigation.
Dr. Dhlomo, do you know whether or not that altercation, and it's clearly violent in nature, took place on public or private property?
That part, ma'am, I did not pick up from Health Attaché, but students, it was within the students' residence where they were, and we are seeing the altercation, but we would want to establish the source, what brought the police in there, what was the discussion before this altercation. That part is going to come through, and we don't have it as yet, but it was within the university space where students do live. They had a part there.
Any idea? I know you said this is really falls within the purview of DERCO, but any idea from your discussions with them how long the investigation is going to take, and if it will affect the students' stay and studies there in Cuba?
It shouldn't take too long. I'm not aware, but we are pleading with our students and also saying, look, if you were in South Africa, you would probably follow your guide and your laws in that. They should actually remember we are there just to get the support of the Cuban government for our training. So some of the things that probably you may like or dislike within their laws, we just have to continue to be diplomatically arranging that we are there. That is not our permanent home. We are there just to seek support and get out after we finish the training. So we are pleading with our students, and they are also agreeing and accepting that you may not get everything that you want within the country where you are not born, but they are there specifically to get training support and then come back home.
But just talk to us about diplomatic relations. Any idea if such an incident could affect them, especially this exchange program for medical students? Could it harm that relationship?
We hope it shouldn't. This program started in 1997, and we keep on really pleading with our students to say, you should not be the last to benefit from this program. There are those who came before you. They had challenges, but they came back, and then this program is now within you. Please continue with this program so that 10 years to come, your younger brothers and sisters may still benefit from this program. It was born out of a desperation. It was not out of a luxurious program. We were pleading with the universities, medical schools in the country, can you please improve and increase your intake of medical students? At that time, 10, 15 years ago, they were not willing and they were not available to improve the intake. Therefore, Cuba was the resort through the discussion of President Nelson Mandela and Fidel Castro. So we want to jealously guard against anything that might jeopardize our relations and this program going forward. So we plead with our students, we continue to motivate them to say, stay within that country. It's your space of training, but it is not your permanent home. Finish off and come back home.
Is there anything that we as a government can do to smooth things over? I mean, depending, as you say, we don't know what happened before, but from a biased view of having just seen that video, one would say they seem to have been attacked by police, or they were in a violent confrontation with police, of which they were the lesser party in terms of strength. Is there anything that the government of South Africa can do for those who were hoping to go to Cuba but maybe possibly discouraged by seeing this video? As you say, was a birthday party on a university campus, something that ought to be benign but has turned out not to be.
Tsepiso, we may not know completely all the rules of each and every country. Maybe in our space, yes, we did have parties in our universities that go long. The other thing we had is that university is very close to a psychiatric hospital, and therefore the noise was getting louder closer to midnight, and that was an issue. How it was discussed as we started was, I would imagine, probably didn't start with the video the way it is now. Maybe there was some discussion. Can you lower the noise? Yes, we agree. We don't agree. And therefore, all those investigations will come into our fore. Because this university is sitting within closer to a hospital, and therefore probably some other people might have wished that the noise was lowered, and maybe it did happen, maybe it did not happen. We are going to get all that information coming into our space soon.
No, thank you very much for your time and that clarification, Dr. Sbongiseni Dhlomo. He's the Deputy Health Minister. You've seen that video of Cuban police with South African students. Dr. Dhlomo saying that an investigation is underway, that they have appealed to the students to practice restraint and continue with their studies irrespective of the conditions they find themselves in at the moment.